I am recording now. I am recording now. Hello.
Mm.
Voices from
Really?
behind.
Yes, we
We
fucked up. We
we
talked about
missed about 20 minutes of footage, but don't worry about it. We've been talking about The Witcher and how bad the combat is in that game.
which is weird. Don't you have a fucking VODs on the channel?
No, for whatever reason, the VODs never load, and I keep trying to get them uploaded and stuff, and they're just not showing up.
You should ask someone about that.
I'll have
That's
to
weird.
figure it out because VODs will be very helpful. But yeah,
Ask someone about it.
I forgot to press record, but it's been about 20 minutes and we haven't really talked about much because we're trying to stall time because it's quarantine. How are you,
And we,
sir?
uh, absolutely nothing outside of that. I have some piece of good news
Oh,
for you,
do tell
but,
about the good news.
but we'll get to that part. And a piece of me news, and we'll get to that part as well.
You're pregnant.
No,
Oh, oh yeah, we in the 20 minutes that we missed recording, I was revealed to be a dog molester.
because
Uh,
reasons.
because reasons.
Is there anything else?
Started playing Ark. It's the survival game with dinosaurs in it,
Yeah, I'd stay away from that one.
with a bunch of friends, and it's when you're with people, it's not that terrible. And
I I'd still stay away from it.
it's basically, I mean, it pays me to say it, but it's basically Minecraft, but with better graphics and overall better combat. Because whoever says combat in Minecraft is good um, is wrong. They are terribly, terribly wrong. Also, for those that care, the newest episode of the podcast that we recorded last week is now up on the channel. Uh, but yeah, there's a lot of about The Witcher again. There's a lot of good shit. There's a lot of really cool stuff, but there's just a lot of weirdness and a lot of classic RPG shit that is just infuriating.
No,
Of me clicking a button and then Geralt responding to it 10 minutes later because he finally realized that I've clicked that specific thing.
no, just get good, man.
Or,
Get
oh
good.
yeah, get good at shitty
Get good.
mechanics. Get
Get
good at
good.
that.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you fucking played Dark Souls. That's the fucking paradigm of that game. Get good at shitty mechanics.
Yeah.
Eh,
Yeah, Witcher, I fucked everything so far that I could have fucked. And that's about it.
thank God there is no animal in that fucking universe and he can't impregnate women. Thank God.
Oops. I fucked the vampires as well. That was an
And,
interesting card I got from that. But
and if it moves, Geralt will fuck it.
yep, Geralt is he sees it, he looks at it and he goes, hmm. And that's how you know that Geralt is gonna do some fucking when he gets the chance. Uh, but yeah, we talked about Doom 2 as well and how the city map is genuinely terrible. But did you do anything of no? Did you watch anything this week?
Uh,
Did you watch any shows, any films? Because I watched a couple of things.
uh, can't remember. You know,
Because
you
yes,
know,
go
it's
on.
fucking hilarious. The more free time I have, the less fucking time I spend doing
Watching. Yeah,
something meaningful, literally.
the amount of time I spent today just staring into space.
I mean, almost I was playing CS:GO, which is probably the most I've done.
Oh well, that's something. Is that game still the same,
Oh,
basically?
oh, oh. Yeah, well, they kind of fucked it. Oh yeah, I watched the Omen, the 2006 version. Ah, that movie.
Oh, oh, what the fuck would you do that?
Honestly, I felt like it. I was like, why the fuck not? It was good. It was genuinely just good. I enjoyed every last second of that stupidity.
That movie's
Oh,
abysmal.
I watched The Hunt. Yeah, I forgot. I watched The Hunt.
The Hunt. Let me Google this real quick.
Oh, the Netflix one.
Is that a show?
No,
Oh,
it's a
it's
movie.
a film.
How come you have the fucking attention span of a 2-year-old with fucking ADHD? ADHD.
12 Strangers. Oh, that film. Oh, right, right. Good.
Yep.
Bad.
Mm,
Mediocre.
no, see, I'm gonna be honest with you. I kind of appreciate the Invisible Man way more than this movie because at least it didn't. How should I put it? Ah, yeah, at least it didn't fucking shower me with political fucking views. There were moments that were genuinely not bad that could have actually made the movie campy good. But
Okay.
no, it's just the first part. Very the first several minutes of the movie with the fight scenes, they're pretty good. The last fight scene is one of the most atrocious things I've seen in my entire life. You can fucking spot the wire work. That's how bad it is.
Wire work. Why would they have wire work in that?
I don't understand. I don't know, and I probably don't want to know. Yeah. So here's the gist of the movie. 12 people are sent to fucking Croatia. They're starting to be killed by people that they don't know.
Yeah.
The reason why this happens is because they chose 12 people out of 600, but they're gonna kill the rest of them because they posted mean things on the internet about the people that are killing them and they lost their really well paid jobs.
So it's rich people
Yep.
taking petty revenge.
But
Kinda.
wait,
Sorta.
but wait, there's more.
Okay.
Since our main protagonist, let's call her Queen Bitch. I actually genuinely enjoyed her character in this one.
Okay.
Turns out that they misspelled the name and got the wrong person. And it's mentioned in a single comment that she was a Afghanistan veteran. So they literally got the wrong person,
Okay.
literally.
So she's a tough lady.
Yeah, and she starts killing shit and helping in people are fucking stupid, but it's all stereotypes, all fucking stereotypes. You have the pretty boy, you have the uh, ditzy, clumsy sex symbol who dies instantly,
Obviously.
uh, obviously. Then everybody else just kind of fucking dies, but it's teetering between cartoonishly goofy and trying to be actually serious. It's fucking weird. Like one of the girls runs while being shot at and falls into a pit, spike pit trap, and pretty boy pulls her out.
Okay.
Then he steps on a mine. They explode, and somehow she's still alive with missing her rest of her the lower body. She ends up in the same trap, being impaled in the same place. Yeah, I was like, okay, so are you trying to be serious? Are you trying to be funny? Which one is it? Because you're playing it both ways. That's not funny. And then they start showering you with all the politically correct shit and the fucking stuff, and I'm like, Jesus Christ! Can you just fucking put 12 people in a place and kill them and watch them die gloriously? Oh, by the way, they kind of died miserably. It wasn't even good kills, just bad, just genuinely bad.
So the movie is totally dissonant, is what you're saying.
That's one of the things. Yeah, I can look at it that way. I honestly just got fucking confused. It's confusing. That's what it is. It's not even dissonant. Because I don't think it had a team outside of people trying to tell that rich people are bad, all rich people are white people, because that's how that fucking works apparently. Did you know that since we're white people, we're rich?
We are?
I didn't know about that.
I am
So when you,
rich
I'm
with
well,
knowledge.
then, and apparently everybody is just an irredeemable asshole, quite literally. Pretty boy used to poach. Sorry, he's a poacher apparently. Actually, no, he's not a poacher. He's a hunter.
Oh,
But
yeah,
apparently they want to
okay.
point him out as he's a poacher. And what kind of a fucking poacher would take pictures with his fucking game? Also, I think that Peter went down this fucking road and got fucking plastered when they tried to cancel hunting reserves in Africa.
Yeah, PETA is the least, like, how can I'm trying to think of a way to put it, and
Uh,
PETA are,
Pieces of shit.
yes,
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Pieces of shit.
yeah.
Yeah, it's how should I put it? It's just this movie is just I don't know. The woman the pretty ditzy clumsy woman was apparently her father was a senator that was some shit. I was like, what the fuck is this? And rich people like global warming is real, and I'm like, what? Oh fuck off! Just fuck off.
It feels like they tried to make an action film, and then halfway through development, they thought, let's just jam in as many
Let me explain like this.
opinions
You
as we
remember
can.
that? You remember that Far Cry game?
Which one?
The
7.
No, the one that it ended with the post-apocalyptic phase, where with the backwoods family, where you have the choice of not arresting them in the beginning and thus ending the game, making it the shortest playthrough in the entire existence. I think it was 6, maybe 5.
Wasn't
Fuck
it
should I?
4, the one that's in Tibet, and then you can just wait for the
No,
guy and he
no,
comes
no,
back?
not Tibet. The one. It's after that. It's like Primal's 5, isn't it?
No, 5 is 5.
The fuck? The fuck was 5? Fucking
5
Far
is the
Cry
latest
games.
one. Yeah, 5 is the latest one with the religious cult.
Yeah, that one. Well, it's not actually because they continued. Well, in a sense, that movie is the movie we were watching is basically a riff on Far Cry 5. But the movie I'm talking about is people when Far Cry 5 released were mad because they weren't political enough. And I want to point out the hunt is what happens when you go too political. No one likes that shit.
Yeah, it's fucking. Just make an action film and make people shoot each other and shit. You don't have to
Yeah, I don't want
jam.
to. I don't want to spend fucking 5 minutes of my life listening to two rich older people talking about how they should be called African Americans, not even black people, or
Okay, they should be called.
or
What if they live in England and they're
I don't
English?
know. I
Do
don't
we
know,
call
and
them African English?
I don't know, and I don't care. I just call them by their names because
It's the
otherwise
easiest
it's
way.
stupid. It's just stupid because whatever. And they was like, no, it's the NPR that said it's okay, but the NPR is by white people. They were like, what the is this a movie? Is this a joke? Is this what the fuck is this? I was expecting Amy Schumer to appear from somewhere do a dick and fart joke.
My vagina.
That one,
Oh,
just a dick and
Jesus.
fart joke.
Just puss jokes left and right. I watched Nothing But Trouble.
How the fuck is that?
It's a Dan Aykroyd film from 1991.
I think.
Because I've been watching Good Bad Flicks again. Because I
Oh,
fucking love that channel.
it gets starting after a while.
But Nothing But Trouble, I didn't know it existed.
I think I've seen it a long time ago.
Is one of the most bizarre
Yes, I've seen this movie.
and weird and over the top experience. It's not even I wouldn't even call it a film. It's like one of the weirdest experiences I've ever had in my life.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Having watched the video from Good Bad Flicks just before I watched the film, because I was like, oh, I gotta see this. There's no way I'm not gonna watch this. Every single effect in that film, minus two, is practical. All the sets for the film were actually built for the film, and all the sets were working sets. They weren't um, like we go into the castle and the castle's a miniature. No, no, no. They built an actual castle or a mansion. They built everything that you see in that film that moves about and does shit. That was built for the film because Dan Aykroyd is an insane man, and he was just they let him loose on this film, and he wore too many hats. But honestly, if you haven't seen Nothing But Trouble, watch the Good Bad Flicks breakdown of it, and then go and watch Nothing But Trouble because it is honestly just baffling. It is a ridiculous like roller coaster of a film, and I kind of loved every minute of it because it's that weird that you don't know what to feel when you're watching it. You're just like this.
Mm. I mean, I don't know. I didn't mind it as much.
It's
Mostly because I'm used to this
I
shit.
know, but it's so fucking bizarre.
Nah.
Yeah, I watched that, and I also what's the name of that one now? I forgot it. It's the future one. It's the one in the future. I'll tell you exactly the name of the film. I was gonna watch the one from Hell, the one that's in Hell.
Huh? Drive Angry?
Event Horizon.
Oh, that piece of
I
shit.
was gonna watch Event Horizon,
Oh, that
but
piece of
I
shit.
kind of didn't, and I'm glad I didn't.
Wait, you've never seen Event Horizon?
No, I've seen Event Horizon many times. It's
It's a
just
piece of shit.
not great. I did watch Pandorum though.
Oh, that was also a piece of shit. That one's actually worse than Event Horizon.
Yeah, it's got good ideas though, and I like that the way it plays with colors and shit.
You should still watch Underwater,
Underwater.
the one with Kristen Stewart.
All right, yeah, I really need to actually because it's got Cthulhu in it, and I love that shit.
Sorry, Cthulhu.
Cthulhu. But yeah, and I've been watching a bunch of Bon Appetit videos. Bon Appetit is a company in New York. They're a channel on YouTube as well.
I thought I was going to say we're going to watch
Ivan
Chef
Zvezdev.
Ivan, Chef Ivan.
Chef Ivan.
That's the name of
No,
his show.
is it? Shit.
Yeah,
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 no.
it's Bon
Bon
Appetit.
Appetit is has a channel on YouTube. They just do cooking videos and the really feel good stuff. I recommend it to anyone.
Actually, lately I've been also watching a lot of cooking videos. It's fucking weird.
I don't know why. I find there's periods where I just watch cooking videos.
Uh,
That and the fact that I can't find flour in any fucking shop in the city, but
mm,
I just want to make a pizza. You know,
just,
I want some
just
nice flour and I want to make a fucking pizza. It's not difficult. But
well,
any shop I go to, it doesn't have flour because people are buying it by the fucking ton.
well, yeah, because flour is a non-perishable. It makes sense. What you want for them to buy perishables like the last fucking week, and they throw all the food out because it went bad because they don't know not to buy
Because they're
the,
mongrels.
the perishables. I mean, sure, but at least now they're learning. It's just that you're slow on the
It's
uptake.
not about being slow. It's fucking flour. Just leave me one. I can use one bag and use it for a while.
Wrong, because they can in flour you can use to do a lot of things with it.
True, but also we're all in this together.
Wrong, everyone's food themselves out.
Everybody's fighting for themselves.
Pretty much,
I
it's
fight
always the
for
same.
my friends. Yeah, it's stupid. I just want some. I just want to buy some flour. I'll find flour eventually. I hope.
Or order some from Amazon.
I looked it up, and you know I'm gonna look it up now. You know the Amazon pantry thing that they do.
No, man, because
Yeah, Amazon has their own like food shop.
uh,
So I'm on Amazon now, and I've just clicked flour. That is literally all I've typed in,
£6.
and I'm getting all of these spelt flours and gluten-free shit and baking
Plus
flour, and they're all mega expensive.
50. Well, the almond flour, that one's normal whole food flour. That's actually pretty good for £7 1 kilogram, but it's gluten free, so that's not what something you want.
£7 for a kilogram. You can buy proper bread flour from the store for two.
No, this one's whole foods, so it's fine. You have the Davina Steel gluten-free one. That one's
No, I'm not buying gluten-free flour.
oh wait, there is a Vaca 6 Marriages Organic Strong White Bread Flour, and it doesn't say it's gluten-free.
Where'd you find that?
Literally my third fucking roll
Third row.
by Marriages
One, two,
to Master Miller.
three.
I'll send you the fucking thing.
Send me the link, please. I need flour in my life.
You don't.
I do. Pizza is important. Click. Oh, Jesus.
We have very strong Canadian white flour, but
Oh.
by the same company. The fuck is the difference between Canadian and double flour?
Double. Well, no, it's still the same. It's just one's from Canada.
It still sounds stupid. I'm sorry, it just sounds stupid. We have a tin canister one for £14. That's actually not a bad deal.
I've got a mason jar. I've got a mason jar I can use.
Actually, give me a minute. I want to see something.
Yeah, the flour that you just sent me has no listings for it at all.
Uh,
Available from these sellers. Okay.
Take
954 plus 159, so it's 11 pound for 6 bags of flour.
Let me just find something. I need to translate something real fast and I have to have Bulgarian language in here.
Bulgarian, ja, sehr gut. So,
Spelt. Spelt flour. Try and get spelt flour.
I don't want spelt flour.
You should. It's fucking amazing, especially on the pizza. You
Why does
really
it say
should.
that my Amazon basket is empty? I just ordered the flour. Yes, see the buying options, please.
Like, look at it. This shit's fucking beautiful. Just look at
Add
it.
to basket. It's not adding it to the basket at all. So,
Get spelt flour if you can't find the one.
yeah, but it's 14. Oh, it's a pack of 5.
Yeah.
What's your flavor? Super for bread making.
It's genuinely just good for a pizza. No joke.
Yeah, but what's the difference between spelt flour and normal?
Because it's made by spelt, which is different. Like, it's still a grain, but a very small one.
Oh, so it's a different grain. Okay.
Yes.
Temporarily out of stock.
No shit.
Does Tesco
And
have flour? Let's go to the Tesco website, kids.
while you're doing that, I'm gonna go and put
I
myself a
will.
can of tea.
Nope. Nope. You do that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Uh,
see.
get spelled flour. You enjoy this shit.
I will spell flour. Uh, so yeah. I also learned interesting things as of recently that because of the quarantine thing and whatnot. Don't mention the name of the virus, kids. Even though our channel isn't that big or big at all. When I upload this to YouTube later, if I even mention the name Corona, if I was monetizing videos, they will get demonetized straight away. Which, why? Especially YouTube's recent sort of escapades in uh, teaching the bots to do the things. It is. Oh, they have the flour at Tesco's. I know where I'm going next. It's just free speech is obsolete on YouTube nowadays with the amount of stuff that people do. Unless they're doing it for the sake of sponsors and through Patreon, it's the only way to actually make money on the platform at the moment. Unless you're mega family friendly, which we are not, unfortunately. But yeah, as I said earlier, 20 minutes of this recording were lost because I'm a fucking idiot and I couldn't record them. Or I didn't press record even though I was looking at the record button as we started the show. I also just noticed that Evo's room is rather untidy. Look at that. Look at that right there. Look at that bed. It's unacceptable. This you gotta tidy the bed. But yeah, good news, folks. Tesco has flour. So I might actually go to Tesco tomorrow and see if they do. If not, I'm just gonna order it online. And hope for the best because the situation is getting a little bit ridiculous, if you ask me. And there's quite a bit of who's messaged me, who dares message me on this. Yeah, it's just a silly situation at this point, and obviously the UK, as per usual, is about 2 weeks late, a month late, and apparently the whole thing might proceed until June. But I don't mind because I'm just sat at home anyway. Still getting paid at least, so that's good. I would really want pizza now. Really, really want pizza now. Regardless, yeah, we're gonna get into news as soon as Evo gets back, and I made, as you can see, the new layout. I have made the layout. Wait, which way am I putting it? It's this way. look at all this shit on the screen. You can. It's a lot easier to see now, and it's a lot easier to know what's going on. Sadly, the only awkward part about it is I cannot put things on the screen as well as I used to. I'll have to figure out another way. I might actually change this middle section here that I'm pointing out with the mouse that nobody can see because I'm a fucking idiot. So this section here where the title is, I might make that transparent just so I can play videos through it. That could work, even though we probably get done or demonetized for showing videos of that nature, as we did once, even though the trailers were flipped. Yeah, some time ago we tried doing a show where we put trailers up on the screen, and the video
Okay.
got dinged the moment it went up on YouTube. What?
Oh,
What?
that part. I told you not to do it.
What? You got a fucking problem?
Yeah.
You want to
You have
fight?
a fucking. Ah,
You want to
you
fight?
fucking
You want
shank
to
in the
fucking fight?
fucking gabba, man. I'm gonna
I
fucking shank in
swear,
the fucking gabba.
swear on
I
me,
swear
mum.
it on my mom.
Yeah, Tesco has flour.
Okay, go to Tesco.
I will go to Tesco tomorrow. But yeah,
It's funny.
we were gonna go live yesterday, but we didn't because I lost my voice.
Well, you can always whisper.
And no, it was bad. It was like it was a lot worse the day before, but I was still pretty groggy yesterday. I didn't really want to, you know, start a podcast and go like for the entirety of it. It's just because I hadn't spoken. I only speak in the evenings when I play with the guys, and it's like if I don't speak, your voice just goes. So it's one of those. But apart from that, shall we get into the very little news that has happened this week?
Yes, I have very good news. Train of Busan is
Got
having.
a trailer, yes.
Yes, it
Yeah.
looks
No, I've seen it. I've seen
fine.
it. Yeah.
Also, Sea of Fever also got a trailer.
Fever.
Yeah, it's a horror movie,
Fever.
and it's gonna premiere middle of April.
Sea fever. Oh.
Sea Fever. Did I say Sea of Fever? Sorry,
You
Sea
know,
Fever.
you said sea fever. I'm like, am I looking at fever? Is the movie just called Fever?
Sea Fever.
Oh,
Thought I said
they're
Sea
doing a
Fever.
premiere in a couple of weeks. They're
Fuck
doing
yeah.
an online premiere. They're streaming the film.
Good. Probably watch it if they don't ask me for money.
Yeah. So
Uh,
I will leave the
Do you know what the
links.
mean news is? Mean news is. Guess who fucked up again?
Randy Pitchford.
Of course.
Yeah, I guessed it.
It's always fucking
Am
Randy.
I
Fuck
sweating?
you, Randy.
That's sweat? Oh, it's not sweat. We're all right.
Fuck you, Randy. You piece of shit.
Damn
I
it.
hope you fucking
God
rot.
damn it, Randy. What the fuck did Randy do this time?
He shortchanged his stuff on the story of Borderlands 3. So basically, he's stealing money again.
Oh no, Randy's stealing money again. Why am I not surprised?
Just cue my surprise face. It's gonna come at some point. I just, you know, it needs to happen at some point. Oh, and The Last of Us is delayed indefinitely.
Yep, there's a bunch of shit that's been delayed, and movies are getting pushed back, and
Actually, the funny thing is, I think that now we're gonna see Mulan's getting on the Disney one. So does.
yeah, there's a bunch of films are getting pushed to direct to video a lot sooner than anticipated because of the virus.
Direct to video, you say? Please tell me that also most of them would look like they were shot on shit deal.
No, they're actually screeners. Somebody shot the movie with a phone at the cinema, and that's what we're getting.
Also, Astratis got its part 5 yesterday.
What?
That Warhammer miniseries.
Oh.
Part 5's out.
Oh yeah, go watch Astratus. It's made by one dude, and it's all CG, but it's really, really, really fucking good CG. And he understands the lore so fucking well.
Black Widow and Mulan.
Yeah. Oh, Black Widow's going straight to video.
Yeah.
That's good. People who have Disney Plus can get a chance to see that. I refuse to get yet another streaming service. So I already pay for Netflix and Spotify. I don't really want to pay for Disney Plus as well.
I,
If I have to see one more friend of mine just posting Disney Plus stories and them going, it's such a good thing that this came out doing the virus, I'm gonna kill myself. Speaking
oh,
of,
did you
spe-
see that video I showed you on the new Batman story with the designer?
did you where did you send that?
Steam.
You sent it on Steam. I'll have to have a
Yeah,
look at it later. I've shut Steam. I
it
usually kill
it looks
Steam
it
during
looks
streams.
amazing. It actually looks really good. Because now, Batwoman is pregnant with Bruce's child. Oh, ah, eh.
She's gay.
Catwoman?
You said Batwoman.
Catwoman.
Oh, you meant Catwoman. Okay.
He didn't say
No,
Batwoman.
you
Batwoman's cat.
You said Batwoman. Yeah, I was like,
Pretty sure said Catwoman.
no, you said Batwoman.
Selena's having Bruce's child.
Finally,
About time.
about damn time.
It's moving forward, and
They,
stuff's happening.
yeah, as long as Steve Didio doesn't get involved, like he did last time, because Batman shouldn't be happy, even though the marriage storyline is probably one of the best ones they've done since fucking Court of Owls. But
Actually, I think it was the last one, Dark
well,
Metal,
no,
Dark Knight.
metal is a sort of it's a bigger event. It's not just a Batman story.
It's mostly a
But
Batman story.
true.
Let's be
But
fair,
they're
it's
doing another
mostly.
one now. The same Capullo and Scott Snyder are doing another story, but it's a Wonder Woman story. Yeah,
Fair.
and it's the Trinity they're getting involved in some shenanigans. It looks even more metal. It's like Batman on a motorcycle with a fucking scythe.
Interesting.
It's primo shit. Superman wearing fucking knuckle dusters and having long hair. It's exactly what I needed to see.
Okay.
But yeah, Train to Busan got a trailer and that looks good.
It looks meh.
But yeah, you didn't feel very strongly for the previous one either.
Well, to be fair, this one looks like like they trying to get away from the Train to Busan.
The
Uh,
claustrophobic, closed
yeah,
off.
this is more like a feels like a Resident Evil movie.
Yeah, it's probably gonna get done better than the Resident Evil films anyway.
I I'm not sure because Resident Evil movies always fucking make me laugh.
True. Did you see the Monster Hunter posters from a while ago?
Uh, I think so, and they look like shit.
Did you know that movie is an isekai?
Yes. What do you want to say, man? It's
Sorry,
fucking stupid.
I was staring directly into camera there.
It is
Stop
what it is.
giving Paul W.S. Anderson video game work. He did one
Well,
good one.
okay.
He did one good one, and that was Mortal Kombat.
To be fair, I think that the first one, the first three the Resident Evils were kind of fine.
You
They
mean
were.
every time Claire was on screen and she was about to do something cool, Mila Jovovich jumped in front of her and did the cool thing instead?
Well, listen, you gotta pimp out your wife.
Make her Claire Redfield then.
Nah, I mean, I think
Or
that someone said
Jill.
it
Make her
best.
Jill.
Oh no, she's no Jill. Come on, they had Jill in the movies. The last one was just a fucking. The last Resident Evil killed the whole franchise though. But before that, it was kind of morphed in its own and stopped being about Resident Evil. Mostly, it's about Mila Jovovich. And that's fine.
I mean, I'm not fussed about that if it's a good film, but they're not exactly good films.
Or the fun films, because it's just stupid.
Yeah, that's true.
What do you want? Fucking Doom Annihilation again?
Oh,
You haven't even watched
no,
it.
I refuse to watch.
You should. You
Okay.
should see how not to make movies.
Who did I watch made a review of that? Trying to think, but I can
Probably Red Letter Media.
no, they I think they only spoke about it briefly, but they were like, we're not gonna watch that, so they just gave
What?
up on it. But yeah,
Yeah, I did. It was horrendous.
it was a shit
It,
show,
it
right?
was worse than expected. I expected bad because I fucking knew the story behind it, the development process, and it was a goddamn travesty. But no, it's much worse. It's much worse than I could have ever expected.
Fuck me.
It's probably one of the worst movies I've seen in a long time. Actually, no, scratch that. I've got a couple ones.
Let me get the list out. Type it
Yeah,
out real quick.
but no, but those ones at least didn't pretend to be something they were not. It was so bad at fucking id Software, but this, yeah, we had nothing to
Yep.
do with this shit.
Yep. That is very true. The
Which begs the question: why the fuck would they make a Doom movie if the people behind it were not behind the whole process as well? It's
don't
like
know.
someone
It's
gave them the
weird, but
okay.
people are just fucking idiots, I guess. Somebody gave them the okay and they pushed through with it, even though it had crappy development, and they just shoved it out the door for the sake of shoving it out the door to get it done.
Pretty much. Oh, this reminds me. I can actually finish up Ion Fury.
I've not touched
Sorry.
that in ages. I
Oh,
need
I
to
need
touch
to
it.
finish it. Oh, I'll touch it all right. And Warlock. I've got stuff to do.
The speaking of video game movies, we haven't heard anything from the Mortal Kombat film in ages.
I think it's for the best.
Good, yeah. The one where we kind of guessed the casting for.
Yeah, I mean, we were kind of close with some of them.
Yep. No, we were exact. We were on the head with the guy that's playing Liu Kang,
Yeah.
and the guy that's playing Raiden they picked was on one of our lists at least. So
Oh, just so you know, Destiny is doing a Nightmare 100% run of Doom Eternal, and Big Daddy, Big Granddaddy, Zero Master already did a full one on
yeah,
release,
Max
9 hours, 40 minutes.
Maximilian's doing it as well. He's uploading.
Sorry,
Oh,
uh, Zero Master did it on release.
oh, I know. I'm just saying Maximilian's just doing it as well right now, and he
I
keeps
don't even
uploading it.
care. Listen, I don't care about that guy. Zero Master did it. Fucking the granddaddy of them all did it.
Do you know what else I've been watching? I've been watching a lot of AGDQ speedruns.
Why would you do that to yourself? That's just stupid. That's just bad.
Nah, some of it's pretty funny. I'm watching the Hitman ones because I like how they break the game.
Trust me, it's just bad. And I can quantify it like this: GTQ has progressively turned into a complete shit show.
Yeah,
I
a little
can
bit.
I can almost certainly guess 80% of the games that's gonna be run every fucking time.
You can even get it becomes like I tried watching a couple of Bloodborne speedruns, and
It's the same shit.
thing is, yeah, it's the exact same route half the time with very little changes. Unless they're doing 100%, all the bosses, that's the only time where the speed run is going to be slightly different. But apart from that, it's all just that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's fun to watch, but sometimes it's just a bit cringe, which I think is the worst part about it.
It's almost always cringe, especially with the last year's with please give us money moments, and I'm like, fuck you.
Now read out some donations.
No, that's fine. It was like, please, give us more donations, please, give us something to do. I was like, you fucking. But,
They're doing it to fight
just...
cancer, so that's good.
Okay, I'll be honest with you. That's a half truth at best, because most of the money goes for that research, which is fine. But it turns into this whole the thing that I'm kind of disillusioned with. They donate like how much? 6 million, 8 million
Don't know.
per week per
Per stream.
season.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, for the whole event,
All right.
eight
Yeah.
million. And
That's
they've
a
been
lot of
doing that
money.
for. It's a lot of money, and yet I've heard nothing about what the fuck was achieved with it. Now, I'm not saying that they're not getting the money. I'm just saying, I mean, you literally just funded enough money for a third world country right now.
The
What the fuck
king,
is going on?
the king of bears is asking. We don't have a $5 what?
You don't have $5 B. No, I don't have that $5 BG. Sorry, the bike. I don't have them. Although I could send you $5 if you solve the Tricky Boys.
Okay, these are people you know. I see.
Oh, he knows the Tricky Boys, and every time
We
I
are
said
the tricky boy. Oh no, it's the cheeky
probably the
girls.
only
Sorry,
Tricky Boys. You
I'm
fucking
thinking of something completely unrelated. Don't worry about it.
No shit. And the thing is, the only thing I'd actually donate to is Doctors Without Borders because I have friends who actually went and worked with them, so I know
Okay.
how fucking bad it really is. But it's just it's every time it's the same shit. Also, it needs to be mentioned that GDQ is not a non-profit organization by themselves,
No, they're not. No.
and you need to remember that part. So I personally have said it 1,000 times. I don't mind if they say that they pocket like 100,000 per you know rotation of their stuff, so they can actually set up and make everything else for the next one.
Hmm.
But they don't. So the question is, where the fuck does the money come from? Because they need to rent the machines, rent the fucking place for a fucking week, and they usually choose a very big place and
They're
set up
usually
everything.
massive conference halls. Yeah.
Exactly. And it's like I, I just, where the fuck does that money come from? You say that you take parts of it for to set up the next one. Okay, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But you don't mention anything. It's just like sponsors don't do that much.
No, it's the weirdest part about it. Like, it's just silly, but I guess it helps. You know.
I mean, it's a lot of things that I just it feels disingenuous
Yeah.
with that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bike, we're talking about GDQ because and we'll talk about the domestic soon.
Yeah. The talking about GDQ, that we were saying that I've been bored and I've been watching a bunch of speed runs of games
You
that
know,
I enjoy.
mm, try the European Assembly.
I've watched them as well.
They genuinely I find them much better,
Yeah,
even
and
though
they
they're much
swear a
smaller.
lot, which is
Oh,
the
which is
best part
nice.
about it. Yeah.
The funniest thing is because my favorite GDQ streamers were Cube Face and most of the FPS guys
Hmm.
because they're genuinely just good people. But since most of them are from Europe, they
Yeah.
have to be flown to fucking America, and they have to buy their own tickets, find their own accommodation, and
Also,
get money.
they're not helped with it, even though it is a
Yeah,
profit organization. It's not a nonprofit.
exactly. So and also GDQ has stopped caring about fucking the speedrunners validity of their runs, so they actually put in people that genuinely cheat on the speedruns. Oh yeah, that happened, and they don't fucking care about it. They haven't even addressed it. That's how bad it is. And it was that stupid game with the trucks that you have to jump on them to get to reach the end. I'll
Oh,
never
the
remember the
truck
name.
jumper game. Yeah, everybody did.
Yeah.
Everybody was streaming it at one point because it was popular on Twitch and on
Mm.
YouTube and everywhere else. It looks like a fun game though. I'm gonna say that.
I mean, maybe, but the person and one of the guys just went out and showed the whole video and explained why that the guy submitted for GDQ and got approved was wrong.
Yeah, but I don't think
And he,
GDQ cares as long as they're making money though. I think you're putting me off of watching them now.
yeah, and the guy that actually got it, got a massive boost on his channel. And when the guy uploaded with the proof,
Uh-huh.
definitive proof, it turned out that people just went against the guy that proved them. They just went in bandwagon on him. And the guy just got shafted badly, which in turn had led the whole fucking speedrun community to try and help him.
Huh.
All of them, but it's far too little, far too late.
No,
And the speedrun community is a piece of shit most of the time. In general,
some of them are all
the
right. Some of them
no,
support each other and stuff.
the Doom community is amazing.
Well, that's the Doom
Oh,
community. They're all our age,
all
so
people,
they're gonna be more
even older.
understanding.
And the funniest thing is, one guy uploaded a video of him beating Hanga, which is Doom 1 E1 M1,
Hmm.
in what was it, 7 or 6 seconds.
So
World
that's
record
run,
is
get the key, go back.
there is no key. It's just a straight line
That's just
with
straight line.
pause.
What am I
Uh,
thinking of? Thinking of something else.
uh, just give me a second to see how much exactly was it.
E1M1 in
What
7 seconds.
is it? Because it says 8 seconds. No, yeah, Four Shock Blast did it a year ago. The
Okay.
first person that did it in fucking almost 20 years. 8 seconds. That's the PB. He did it, and it took him better part of 2 years of trying something like that. The guy did 7 seconds, and I watched the footage, and I almost burst out laughing.
Well, is it the same thing or is it just cheats? Or did he
No,
no
no,
clip himself through the level?
no. It was an edited footage. First of all,
All right. So
there was
it
no.
wasn't even
So
like
listen,
done
there was
proper.
no. And oh, of course not. You never actually see him press the switch. He just cuts off to the fucking 0.7. And I was like, that's not how that works. First of all, what the fuck? You were never close to the switch. Then you can tell that it's just being spliced. One of the things that was spliced. There's a lot. Carol Jobs did a video explaining, and you can see under the video, Big Papa Zero Master just starts railing on the guy. Fucking Destiny appears like, who's this four shock blast? The guy who actually has the PV.
Yeah,
Although someone actually tied him 3 months ago. Someone did tie him. That's almost
it
impossible.
sounds
Though it's
like what
Christopher.
happened to the guitar community on YouTube like a couple of months ago, where well, not on YouTube, but in general, where a bunch of people
Wait.
were found out to be fake, and
Uh,
that became
Wait.
like,
It gets better.
oh
See, the people that supported the guy that uploaded the fake one,
yeah,
they started railing on these two guys and everyone else that was saying bad stuff, and I was
on
like,
the veterans.
on fucking Zero Master, on God himself. It's like, what the fuck are you even talking about? And the
No,
funniest
no,
thing
no.
was, the thing that was said in the description. It was like, oh, it took me 1,500 attempts to do this. I was like, and everybody was like, really?
Oh,
The slow attempts, motherfucker? Are you kidding me?
yeah. Well, shall we get into the domestics then, or have you
Yeah.
got anything else to add to the news, which we kind of flubbed because
Well,
there's no news apart from movies
well,
getting delayed and
fuck you, Randy.
fuck you, Randy.
Fuck you, Randy. That's the basic default. I mean, I don't know.
A bunch of people
People,
passed away, but
uh,
obituaries are hard, I guess.
I guess. I actually, the new Persona 5 came out. I mean, technically the
Persona
updated version
5
of Persona 5.
Royal, yeah.
Yeah, you should get it. You would enjoy it.
It's on the PlayStation though, isn't it?
Yes, but it might actually come out on Switch. There is an actual
I
chance of it
don't
coming
have a
out on Switch.
Switch.
You can get a Switch. You can get a PlayStation.
I
Did you have a
genuinely,
fucking PlayStation?
I have a
You had a
3
PlayStation. It works on 3.
PS
Should work on
Persona
3.
5. Now it's only on 4.
Bullshit. Persona 5 should work on 3. Yeah, PlayStation platforms, 4 and 3. It works on 3.
I might get it then. Might play it.
It,
I've got a PlayStation 3. I might.
Let me just double check if Golden is on 3. Uh, PlayStation 3. Well, on PC, yes, the game is optimized for PS3. The PS3 version runs fluidly.
Mm.
Yada yada yada. But 4 is better because it looks better and runs better and loads faster. And whatever.
I mean, I'm thinking about getting a PS4 anyway, because a friend of mine, as I said a couple of times ago, that he has a bunch of games that he's not playing. He was just gonna give me his account, but we shall see. I'm thinking about a Switch maybe because it would help a lot for travel and stuff like that to have one.
Okay. Borker said it works well on 3. The Golden works on 3. Get
Okay.
Persona and play it.
Okay.
Just play it. It's a good game, and you're gonna sink a lot of time in it, which is what you're currently looking at.
At this moment in time, yeah, I might as well be sinking time into fucking video games.
Uh,
Yeah,
yeah, that's
yeah, I'm thinking about a Switch. I'm really thinking about a Switch because I want to play just games on the go when I eventually get the chance to do that. Plus, there's a bunch of games on the Switch I actually want to play because they're exclusive to it. Like, I want to
yeah.
play the new Zelda. I want to play Animal Crossing and
Oh, you mean the new Link game? Haha.
the new Link game. Ha 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 ha. The Breath of the Wild. I really want to play that.
Trash of the Wild.
And there's
Joking. Game's actually fine. It's probably one of the
games,
better Zelda
yeah.
games. One of the truly better games that came out recently
Yeah,
from the Zelda
I wanna actually
franchise.
play Smash. I've never played Smash in my life, so I want to.
Honestly, I don't. Outside of Biker in the chat, I've not heard of many people playing Smash, but apparently the community is big, so it's kind of eh.
No, we're getting a sequel to Breath of the Wild as well. Oh,
Yeah, they teased it, but it's probably being delayed right now, like the rest of the shit. Because The
Yeah.
Last of Us 2 got delayed, and I assume that Darkest Dungeon 2 got delayed because we got the teaser last year. We haven't heard
We can
anything
play that
about it
on the
since.
Switch as well. Darkest
Why?
Dungeon is available on the Switch.
Why? Just wait for 2
Yeah, but that's probably going to be available on
in
the
the
Switch as well.
Mountain of Madness.
But it just helps having one. It just saves me logging a laptop if I'm going home. You know,
Hmm.
even though I'm gonna have to log it so we can record this, but that's a different story. Um, I'm thinking about getting another guitar as well, but
Sure.
I only have four. Right then. Last week you gave me a film. A film
Yes, a very good movie.
a film that we made the great thing where we read some reviews at the end of the show describing this film as boring, drab, and overall just bad. Now, mind you, those were user reviews. They were not critic reviews because this film has 100% Rotten Tomatoes critic score. And this movie's fucking great. Right. Imagine I can. It's a movie I can. It's on Netflix as well, so it's even easier to get to. Have you ever watched The Warriors?
Well, I've watched The Warriors.
Yeah.
Warriors.
So imagine The
Where are
Warriors, that exact same concept of gangs in a weird world. This is this film.
Okay, like I said, you remember Far Cry 5?
Yeah.
It's exactly that, except it's a little bit more detailed than Far Cry
Yes.
5.
The movie
And more
has barely any setup to it. It is literally America got purged by a crop
some
dusting with a disease. And there's the people that are left alive are either immune or they've survived. The ones that are immune are called the domestics, and they're one of the factions that is part of the factions that have separated to control different states, different cities, and different parts of the country. Uh, I'm trying to see what the names of the factions are.
you had the gamblers, the
The gamblers are my
pie,
favorite ones.
the pie whackers,
It's
something like
Oblivion.
that.
It's Oblivion with less setup, and it's Oblivion that is better than Oblivion because Oblivion is
Uh,
not great.
the blue one's fine. You've seen me break it a couple of
Oblivion's
times.
Oblivion's very up its own ass.
You've seen me break that game multiple times.
No, not Oblivion. King of Bears is saying Oblivion the film.
Oh, I actually walked out on that movie.
I didn't walk out. I couldn't. But good lord, that movie is fucking bad.
I, I think we both walked out on it.
Division?
Oh,
Not
Division, the game. You
Oblivion.
missed that.
Oh, yeah. It's
Uh,
yes. It is the Division, but with less setup and with a better story.
and more insane because you have the bywhackers, which is basically like
Basically,
bikers, just
the
bikers.
the country of the U.S.
Well,
separates into clans. The domestics are the survivors that are people that are
well,
immune to the
okay.
virus.
That's kind of half truth because we're basically watching it through only one state
True.
and journey through it. And in this state, there are like 6, maybe 7.
So it's
Uh, so, like you said, the
the
gamblers,
Cherries, which are an
the cherry,
all female gang.
and we only see one of them in the whole movie.
Yes, and
You
she is
have
a fucking badass.
and you have the bywhackers, which is basically the biker
The
gang
Mad
ish.
Max. No,
Yeah.
those are the executioner looking dudes. They're the Mad Max guys. Then you
Well,
have the
they're called bywhackers for a reason.
no, I
You
don't
have
think they're the pie whackers though. There's
they're the
called
by,
something else.
no,
I'm trying
they
to
are the
I'm trying to
bywhackers.
find a group,
Because
the faction groups, but I can't find them anywhere.
okay, just let me just start the movie quickly. God damn it! I hate when this shit happens. Because there's a lot of them. You have the gamblers. And
The
you have the
gamblers are my favorite faction in this film. Oh, there we go. I found him. I found him.
Okay,
So
the
you
neighborhood
have
kind of gang.
how fucking low resolution is that image? I can't find
Okay, so nailers,
nailers. They're the Mad Max guys.
spikes,
Spikes we never see.
plowboys,
Plowboys drive snow plows around the fucking state, and they're kind of Mad Maxy.
gamblers, cherries.
Gamblers are literally people who gamble quite a bit, and they rely on a massive wheel to see if they're going to kill somebody or let them kill themselves. The Sheets,
Uh, the sheets, we only see them in the beginning.
which are like a military operation, they're all dressed like ghosts.
They're
And
most actually, I think they're mostly religious.
yes, and there's also another group which comes back later, which are the ones that stab you real tiny because they have tiny arms, and apparently it turns out they're all children. It's another secret gang of sorts where they tell a story earlier on in the film where they found somebody stabbed to death in a ditch, and all the stabs were from the chest down with very tiny stabbing motions. So the theory was that it was kids, and later on it is revealed to be kids. But basically, the movie follows this couple who who were going through a divorce just before the accident hit, and basically, Tyler. I really don't want to butcher your last name. Tyler, the guy that plays Superman and Supergirl.
Hoechlin?
Yes, doing his best Clark Kent for the whole film. Although he's a ruthless Clark Kent in this, this man does not care. He just kills for business. But him and his wife Nina.
Okay, wait. You know he's the voice of the remake in the Final Fantasy VII now, right?
He's what now?
He is the voice for Sephiroth in the Final Fantasy
He
VII
is.
remake. Oh yes.
Oh, would you look at that? Okay, good on him.
Yeah. It's actually pretty good work on him.
He's a really good actor. He does a lot of good work in this film. But
To be fair, a lot of people can pull that one out, but because he's pretty looking.
he's
Let's go with that
very
one.
pretty boy. Yes.
And he brings an intensity to it that's rarely seen. Actually, I remember him from Teen Wolf. Yeah, he was in Teen Wolf. He's Derek Hale from Teen Wolf.
Teen Wolf. But
I might actually
pretty sure he was
that.
in Glee as well.
Could be.
Was
I
it
might
Glee
actually
or was it
rewatch
something else that he was in? He's not that old. He's pretty young as well still. So
Yeah, he actually I actually genuinely liked him in Teen Wolf.
So the movie follows these two still having a terrible relationship. You know, still going through a lot of shit together. Oh, he was in Road to Perdition as well.
Oh, he was also in the sequel to 50 Shades of Grey.
We don't talk about this. I'm trying to see what he was in the the Domestics, 50 Shades Freed. We don't talk about that. The Sticks. Yeah, he was in Teen Wolf.
Yeah, I know. I actually recognize
It was in Castle. CSI Miami.
Yeah, those are small ones.
Heaven. But yeah, he is really good, and he's one of the better Supermans that we've seen. He actually does a really good job playing both Superman and Clark Kent.
No, he's actually pretty talented character as on TV, and it's kind of difficult for him to shed off that light because now he's just known as Derek from Teen Wolf most of the time.
Yeah.
Still a really good actor.
Watch him as Superman, honestly. He's the best part of the Supergirl show.
That would involve me either putting Legends of Tomorrow, which I want, either The Flash, which I want, either Batwoman, which I fucking want, or Supergirl, and you know I want.
Yeah. But the film... starting...
Or maybe even Arrow, which I still no.
The film, by the way, spoilers for Arrow, but by the end, Oliver Queen becomes the Spectre. For the entire CW universe. Yes, he's right there where you're looking. It's the way they twist it.
What?
Anyway. Yeah. So it follows this couple traveling to Milwaukee to get to Nina's parents' house. And through the film, through the runtime, she tries to contact them all the time on the radio, but she never gets through to them. So we get a bunch of character development between both Mark and Nina and their overall relationship and how they communicate to each other. So the
which
film,
is dysfunctionality.
yes, but they both have great arcs by the end of it.
Oh yeah, Nina is just the softie. That's okay, how should I put it?
She is
Uh,
the pacifist sort of. I don't want anything to do with you anymore. I want to be alone and with my parents.
exactly. And by the end, she just completely switches and becomes good.
She just snaps and just goes, "All right, I got the gun. Let's kill everyone." So that the first one of the first scenes is where they get ambushed by some nailers, which are the guys that have nails, and they're the Mad Max crew. And obviously, Mark kills both.
Actually, no. That's
I'm winking.
no, no. I mean, something different happens. The first thing you see is them being whatchamacallit, trying to jumpstart the car, and we see
Yeah.
uh the cheats that
Oh
also
yeah, yeah,
having a
yeah.
with the with the gang with the chain gang, because basically they're just bikers,
Yeah.
just dressed in all leather.
But basically, they kill the two sheets. Do you know the one thing I'll say about this film? All the effects, with a couple of exceptions, are practical. All the bullet wounds, all the squibs, all the blood stuff, it is all done practically. You can literally see squibs firing off of people when they're getting shot. Like explosions are practical. The truck flip at the end was fucking incredible. When they explode the mailbox next to the plow truck and it
Yeah.
just flips. That is primo stuff. But basically, they get attacked by the nailers. They survive and they drive away in a car, and they end up at a supermarket where they allegedly get ambushed by Nathan, who is a man, but he offers them friendship, and he was like, "No, come chill with us. Come stay with us for a bit. Come stay with my family. We're gonna keep you safe for a bit, and then you can go back on your way." Only to then be revealed that Nathan and his entire family are all cannibals, and that's what they've been eating. The moment he showed up, I'm like, I don't like this man. He gives me the heebie-jeebies, and that made a lot of sense later on as to why. So they get the one of the nailers that Mark supposedly killed comes back, and they have a little shooty shoot in the house with the cannibals. So again, Mark and Kate both manage to escape, and on the way there, Kate gets wounded, so they have to take refuge in this house. Also, the we meet the Plowers for the first time, and what they're doing is they're looking for women.
Because women have become a commodity.
Yes, so they're looking for women. They want to fuck the women, and they spot one of the. They have a girl in there with them with a tracking device inside her that they've put in that is later revealed that to be part of the cherries, but we don't know that obviously up until that
Actually,
point.
no, actually, we know it's part of the cherries.
But basically, she later becomes like an assist, like a game assist.
Um,
She
a guardian angel, I think.
yes, she follows Kate around because she spots her dancing in a house on her own after she got wounded, and she then proceeds to chase her to give her ring back because Kate left behind. Um, so that happens in the house. They escape. Kate gets wounded by one of the funniest things I've seen. Basically, they drive under this bridge, and on top of the bridge, there's a couple of gamblers. And they look at them, and are they going to shoot them? They turn to this massive wheel, like a wheel of fortune, which has either a spade on it or a skull. And they spin the fucking wheel, and you see the wheel spinning, lands on the skull, and then they start shooting. And that's enough you need to know about that gang. That is all they do. Because later on,
Yeah.
when our two mains get caught by the gamblers, that get taken to a Russian roulette table, where obviously they get made to shoot each other, and they trick them, and they escape. And while they're escaping, there's there's a little throwaway bit. They're escaping, and there's a couple of gamblers on a roof, and they're trying to see who's going to shoot them. But because it's so ingrained in their brains, they don't shoot them first. They play rock paper scissors to see which one is going to shoot them. It's
Yeah.
just
I mean,
proper.
you can look at it like this. These all societies have their own basic rules that they adhere to
Yes,
religiously. So you can tell that basically the religious codes, pretty much.
yeah, pretty much, and it makes a lot of sense. Well, the person said in the review that we read that none of it made sense. I'm like, this movie is getting so much praise because it is literally what would happen to the states if something like if an event like that occurred.
Well, no, I think it's mostly the way normal stuff would happen, because
Yeah,
the way this actually works is the weak go towards the strong make the rules, and if the strong ones are just complete fucking psychopaths.
which that's all that's left. And don't get me wrong, the film is a fairy tale through and through. It is a Brothers Grimm fairy tale in a modern sort of setting, and it makes sense with all the clans and all the
Yeah.
the characters and the way the story escalates.
And also, it needs to be mentioned that these societies are based on these rules, so they have to be actually adhered to religiously. Yeah,
Yes,
but
because
actually,
it's
but
clear that the
nationally.
ones that don't either get left behind or get killed.
Exactly.
And it's all gels really well together. And
Which is interesting because I can't remember what happened to the third guy in the first thing with the chase. You know, the big guy.
he got left behind.
Exactly. So what the fuck happened after with him afterwards?
Nobody gives a shit. He got left behind because his bike wouldn't start, so he's not going to walk anywhere. Really, he probably got
Oh,
killed somewhere.
oh, that or he actually survived to live
Yeah,
another day.
but we don't know that because it's not important to the story. So
Pretty
it
much.
makes perfect sense to not.
Pretty much. I was just interested.
Yeah, we get a really fucking great scene.
Also,
Oh,
did you mention that the guy looked a lot like Christopher Walken with the mask? When he pulled it off, he looked like Christopher Walken, a
what's his
young one.
name? Um,
Close down
Lee
viewing page.
Perkins is the name of the
Yeah,
actor.
yeah, but he looked like fucking.
He looks a little bit like Christopher Walken. Yes.
Yeah, I was like, is this Christopher? No, it's not a Christopher Walken. It can't be him.
No, Lee Perkins.
Yeah.
He's in a lot of B movies and a lot of weird horror films, so he can chew the scenery quite well. But no, the person
Oh,
who
because
chewed the scenery the most was David Dastmalchian. He's the weird creepo in The Dark Knight, and he is the Russian guy in Ant-Man.
yeah, I know he's supposedly a big actor now. He was also in a couple of other
Yes,
plays.
his whole scene in this mansion
Oh yeah, he was Murdoch in MacGyver. Yeah.
is fucking gold because he sees the scenery and he chews it to the point where the scenery disappears, and it's only him. And
Well, yeah,
he
it's amazing.
plays this eccentric psychopath that probably owns the house and owns a big man who he just calls the Big, and clearly has enslaved him. And
Yeah.
he spouts movie quotes all the time, and it's also the film has comedy in it. I forgot to mention, but it's just great moments, little tiny moments of levity in it that just make it perfect because it's not bleak, 100% of the time. But there's a bit where he does a quote from A Clockwork Orange, and Mark just looks at him like, "Yeah, shut up. It's just shut the fuck up." Yes, I was a fan when I was like 17, but that whole scene is great.
Yeah. I'm
And
gonna go
he
pour
they make
myself another
that's
cup
fine.
of tea. Be right back.
He makes amends with the cannibal family because it's only the dad and son left, and they shake hands because they were trapped by the crazy man. The fat guy leaves, and then we get the big bit with the gamblers where they get caught and they get taken to go play Russian roulette. One of the funniest parts about that is because it's a gambling society, Kate figures it out and she manages to play along. Sorry, not Kate. Kate's the name of the actual actress. Nina figures it out and she plays it to her advantage to the point where she manages to free both of them, and that's where she snaps and she becomes the main sort of driving force of the film over Mark because he gets horribly shot. and they're getting chased out. They steal a car. They by the way, at this point, their relationship is fixed. They're fine now. They weren't fine before, but now they're fine. Now they're fine. So they escape, and one of the funniest bits, the gamblers all gather outside to obviously chase them. And there's this lady that's in charge of him, and she's like, "All right, you coming with me?" And the guy goes, I just painted flames on my car. I really don't want to go." So obviously they reach Milwaukee, and we get to the final showdown of the film, where the gamblers come to raid them because they've been sold out. Then there's a little girl they have to protect, and there's this massive like gunfight in the middle of the street. And then the plow boys show up with a massive snow plow. That's the one that gets flipped over by the fucking explosive, and it's quality shit. It's just a good time. And the whole story, mind you, any extra side development is integrated in the film quite well, because it's just a guy over a radio, and he's the only radio broadcast that's left. So everybody's just listening to radio. And this is the guy who is, what's his name? Do I see it? No, I don't. Okay, give me the cast. Give me the cast of the film. It's the guy that plays he's the radio host man, but he's more of a J. Jonah Jameson in the Spider-Man PS4 game podcast type, where he's just yammering on and saying things, except this guy swears like a fucking sailor. Okay, his name is... Huh. Yeah, so much about that. I can't find the name of the actor. He's pretty prominent in the film. You don't see his face, obviously. You just hear his voice. But I will find it. I will find it. I can't find it. Never mind. Oh, there you go. Alan A. M. Schmidt. He's Crazy Al. So he's the one that voices the radio man, who tells all the story, mind you. He tells you everything that's happening, and it's all very well integrated into the actual film. So overall, yes, I give this film 5 water bottles out of 5. It is quite good, and I greatly appreciate this film for what it is, because it's
Amazing movie. That's what it
it's
is. It's a
great.
movie. It's a movie I found, and I was so happy I found it.
Yeah, and it is a great start to Apocalypse Month, because this is what we're doing during
Apocalypso?
April.
Apocalypso. Apocalypso.
Apocalypsal Part 1, this was.
Apocalypro, actually.
Apocalypral. Yes. So that's the name of the show for this episode of episode 62. It's Apocalypral. And this was part 1 of Apocalypral. Next week we'll have part 2. And I have a film for you.
Which one?
Stakeland.
Of course you're gonna give me that shit show. Okay, I'll watch it.
We shall watch Stakeland for next week, because I watched it and I didn't want to spoil that I watched it.
I've seen it several times, and every time it's fucking depressing.
Yes.
Every fucking time.
It's an apocalypse film about vampires.
Piros.
Vampiros. Dampir. But yeah, that's the film we got for next week. We are watching Stakeland. It's not terrible.
It's horrible.
So yes, that's pretty much it for the show this week. We missed about 20 minutes, but that's no big deal. Don't worry about it.
I mean, let me put it like this: we do nothing, so it is nothing worth.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Da, 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 da. So, yeah. Have you got anything to add, sir?
No. Have a safe week. Stay home.
Stay
Enjoy.
home. Stay the
Enjoy
fuck
nothing
home.
else.
Yeah. Only go outside for provisions, like we all are. Right then. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for listening. Find us in the usual spots: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, RSS feed is somewhere in the description of the YouTube video. I'm gonna try and sort out VODs on Twitch because it's really pissing me off. And Twitch every week. So yeah, I have been Evo. He
I've
has
also been
also been
evil.
Evo.
Goodbye, good night. Have a safe one.
Have a
See you
safe
next
one.
week.
See you next week. I'm playing music. Where's the music? There it is.
Yeah, I need to go.
All right,
Bye.
go bye. Bye.